Hello, everyone. Welcome to the NCAA Gymnastics Championships. We're inside Dickey's Arena in Fort Worth, Texas, and it is going to be an exciting couple of days of gymnastics for you. If you are on this stream, that means you are joining the stream team. I'm Olivia Karras. I was a gymnast at the University of Michigan, and I am here to bring you the inside scoop of every single beam routine during NCAAs. All of the other individual event feeds can be found on the ESPN app. Let's talk about balance beam. This is all balance beam. We're going to chat here, and we started this entire process with 36 teams. We're down to 8, and they are all competing for a spot on Saturday at the National Championship. Quick note here as well that there are individuals. Teams that did not advance from the regional championship had a great showing on day one are here competing for a title on their individual events, and some in the all-around. We'll keep you up to date on who those athletes are and keep you in the loop on all things event titles. Let's talk balance beam. Balance beam is what everyone likes to call the dark horse of NCAA gymnastics. It can either make or break a meet for teams, and a lot of these teams are very talented on the event. You are going to see some of the top-ranked teams this entire season on the event. But first of all, we are going to start off with Minnesota. Today's competition has Oklahoma starting on vault, Alabama on bars, the Golden Gophers from Minnesota on beam, and Utah on floor. Minnesota starting on balance beam. There are going to be 6 athletes that compete. 5 scores count. So if there's a mistake, a wobble, the rest of the routine hits, keep your eyes peeled on that score, as it can drop to bump the team score up higher. So keep your eyes on that. One fall does not mean this team is out of the competition. And let me tell you, no team on the floor right now is out of the competition. These are all extremely talented teams. Judging works out of a perfect 10. The athletes have to do connection bonus. They have to have a certain amount of difficulty and maintain all of the elements in order to start from a 10.0. After that, everything is judged on a deduction base. A wobble, a hop, or a step on the landing will be deducted, but keep in mind that gymnastics is subjective. You may see a larger wobble than the judges do, but we will be sure to keep you up to date on our thoughts and analyzing these routines, and make sure that all of the athletes do their absolute best and enjoy their time out there on the competition floor. The athletes are just finishing up their touch warm-up. Before each event, the athletes are given a 4-minute touch for them to make sure they are warmed up, ready to go on the equipment, and then we will wait for the first athlete to salute and begin this competition that is sure to be extremely exciting. Minnesota will be the first team on balance beam. They have had some ups and downs on the event this season, but they really brought things around in the last part of the season. They have a season high of a 49.475, a very respectable score. Last week at the regional championships, they received a 49.25. They're definitely looking to capitalize on that season high performance. The first performer on balance beam for Minnesota is sophomore Emily Cook. She has been a very steady leadoff performer this entire season on balance beam. She is from Bloomington, Minnesota. Has a career high of a 9.925, season high of a 9.9. Opens it up with a full turn, that is a required element. Acro series, a back handspring, layout, step out. Little bobble there as she was finishing the skill, but did a nice job of covering it up. Feet jump to split three-quarter, very difficult skill, landing sideways on the balance beam. Emily does a very nice skill here. It is a front toss to a scale. It looks like she had some trouble there and had to put her back foot down, very unlike her. But has to finish it up, round off 1.5. Very nice landing, not necessarily the routine they were looking for to get them started, but as a reminder, we mentioned before, 5 scores count. So if the remainder of the lineup is lights out, that routine won't even matter. Second athlete on balance beam for Minnesota is Gianna Gerdes. She is a sophomore from Delaware, Ohio. She broke into this lineup this season and has done a very nice job remaining steady in her performance. She had some bobbles on balance beam earlier on this season, specifically at the Big Ten Championship, but she did a nice job of bringing it back last time around at the regional final, receiving a 9.825, just a half-tenth off of her career high of a 9.875. We'll keep you updated on the scores as they come through. A reminder, this is the first rotation, so the judges are getting warmed up as well. Take a moment to remind you that at the national championships, there are 6 judges. 4 scores will count. They drop the high score and the low score, average the middle. So you may see some unusual scores going down further in decimal points. That is because we are averaging 4 scores to remain as consistent and accurate as possible to ultimately crown our champion. Gianna keeping herself warm as she prepares for her balance beam routine. Sometimes this is the hardest part of competing, where you stand there and have to wait for the judges. But it's something that every athlete practices in their career, staying in the moment, taking deep breaths. You see her chalking her feet and her hands. And we are underway here with Gianna Gerdes. Just a 9.65 for Emily Cook on balance beam. Definitely not the score they're going to want to count. Beautiful front aerial there from Gianna. Big test here. This is her acro series, a back handspring layout, step out. Slight bobble there. Notice how she turned a bit to the right. Nice full turn, that's a required element. Split jump to double stag jump, very difficult, taking her eyes off the balance beam. Just the dismount left. She's going to do a side aerial with a full twist. Great job finding the landing a little bit low with her chest there. That means that she almost under-rotated a bit, had to bring her chest forward instead of remaining tight in her core for a 0 deduction landing. Although she did not move her feet, they will take something for the chest position. But nice job coming after that shaky leadoff routine from Emily Cook. Gianna Gerdes did exactly what she needed to do to get the team back on track. The next balance beam competitor is Allie Saunier. She's a senior from Sussex, Wisconsin. She's been in and out of the balance beam lineup this season, but really proved herself at the Big Ten Championship, coming after the fall from Gianna Gerdes and bringing the team back on track. It's nice to see the senior back in the lineup. Allie received a 9.8 at the regional final a few weeks ago, has a career high of a 9.875, so really working to break into that coveted 9.9 region. Little bit of a wait time here as Allie gets ready. Starting on balance beam can be really tough. You have to remain in the moment, keep all of your nerves and emotions calm down instead of letting the adrenaline take over. Score just came up for Gianna Gerdes. It is a 9.775. Minnesota has yet to break into the 9.8 region. Great mount from Allie. It's a candlestick mount, much more prominent in NCAA this season, a very difficult element. First test here, back handspring layout, step out. Had to lift her leg up a bit, that is a deduction. The judges are looking for the athlete to settle in after the skill, keep their front foot down. Nice full turn. Difficult jump combination, a split jump into a split 3/4. She looked a little bit off, but did a great job of maintaining her focus and not letting the nerves creep in and wobble a little bit more than she needed to. Just the dismount here, she's had some trouble with it. It's a back handspring, 1.5, really looking for a stuck landing. Oh, really weird landing there. It looked like she landed with her legs straight, which can be concerning for her knees. The judges will take a big deduction there as she landed funky and hopped a couple times. That's definitely not the first 3 routines that Minnesota was looking for, but don't let that fool you. Their last 3 competitors are absolute rock stars. And the next one up is super senior Anna Loper. You have probably heard her name numerous times as she is one of the best athletes to ever come through Minnesota, if not the NCAA. She's from Bluffton, South Carolina. She has a career and season high of a 9.925 and received a 9.9 just a couple weeks ago at the regional final. Anna will also be competing in the all-around competition today. Waiting here for the score from Allie Saunier. Again, not the scores that Minnesota was looking for. A 9.65 lead off, a 9.775 from Gianna Gerdes. So very shaky here in the beginning. And the person to get it done and get them back on track is Anna Loper. score in for Ali Saunier. It's a 9.7375. There's that funky scoring you will see from averaging the 4 middle scores. First big test here, a back handspring layout. Beautiful job. She does a front toss. Oh no, oh no. Oh no, they just look very off today, unfortunately. That was a major, major break from Anna Loper, which is so uncharacteristic. Little shaky body position there as well on the leaps. Just the dismount left. She does a round off 1.5. Nice landing there. Definitely not the first 4 routines that the Golden Gophers were looking for. They look very nervous. This is their 2nd consecutive NCAA championship. And it's very strange to me to see them being really nervous. Hopefully they can finish out this rotation with senior Abby Nyland and then the great 5th-year senior Lexi Ramler in the anchor position. Next up on balance beam is senior Abby Nyland. She's from Rogers, Minnesota. She has a career and season high of a 9.875 and received a 9.825 at the regional final. Very consistent athlete. Receiving some last words of wisdom before she salutes the judge and gets ready for her balance beam routine. Nice big deep breath before she gets ready. Still waiting on a score for Anna Loper. It looks like Abby Nyland has been given the go-ahead. This is Abby Nyland on balance beam for the Golden Gophers. Full turn element there, a little over on the turn. Notice she continued moving to the right, which is a deduction. First big test here, it's a triple series, back handspring, layout, step out, rock solid. And for those of you who are coming over here after the vault stream, I'm thrilled to welcome Ashley Miles-Grieg on the beam stream with me. Ashley, welcome.
Yes, thank you. Love the beam.
Love the beam. So far, so good here for Abby Nyland. Just the dismount, Ashley. She's going to do a round off 1.5.
See if she can get this landing here. Just the step.
Just the step. They haven't really been able to zone in on those landings today. They've really been a little shaky, but if I'm Minnesota and I need someone to come in on beam right now, it's Lexi Ramler, and she's next.
Oh yeah, she's a superstar. One of their studs on that team. Always so much fun to watch, and beam is tough to start off with in this type of environment. So
beam is tough, and we're seeing those nerves. We're not cracked a 9.8 yet for Minnesota, which is definitely not the way they wanted to start this competition off. But Lexi Ramler can be the one to bring them back, get them on track, and put up a big number on balance beam, both for Minnesota and for herself.
Yeah, and I think another big piece of that, I know I talked about it on vault, is the 6 judges thing.
The 6 judges.
It's a lot harder to get those big scores in this format because you got 6 people looking and putting their eyes on you.
Exactly, 3 judges on each side of the apparatus. 6 scores, top 1 and bottom 1. Highest and lowest are out. We're going to average the 4. So lots of opportunities for judges to take deductions that only 2 judges or 4 judges may miss. Couple deep breaths here from Lexi Ramler. She has a career and season high of a 10. I saw her in warm-ups yesterday, in the practice day and warm-ups today. She did not wobble once.
So it's like you said, in this position, this is who you want.
This is who you want. Absolute rock star and competes under pressure very well, and here she goes.
She really has beautiful lines. Her toe point is like all the way to the top. Her fingers are even pointed, and all her movements are so precise.
First skill here, back handspring, layout, step out, no problems there.
Nice.
Flawless, I don't even know what else to say.
She's just showing off up there, and that's really what you want to see. She looks so comfortable, so confident in this spot.
Beat jump to ring, split ring jump, so difficult to do.
Gorgeous.
And just the dismount for Lexi Ramler, side aerial, full twist, stuck landing. I don't know what was wrong. There, I mean, that's exactly what she did.
There's the landing.
They found that, Ashley, I don't know what was wrong with that.
I think that that's probably going to break that 9-9 mark. I think it should, in my humble opinion.
Absolutely phenomenal. She has been so lights out for Minnesota her entire career. So that will conclude balance beam for the Golden Gophers. As we mentioned earlier, there are individuals competing at this competition, one of which is Arizona's Serena Linton. She's a junior from South Phoenix, Arizona, and she is spectacular on balance beam.
These individual competitors that come here are usually the best of the best on their team, so it's almost like a treat to get to see them in the rotations with these other teams. And in some cases, those other teams might wish that they could count their routine towards their team total, right?
Right? Unfortunately, they cannot put the other team's leotard on. However, that could be fun. Some words of wisdom from Oklahoma great Taylor Spears, who is the beam coach at Arizona, as Serena prepares for her only event at this championship. The score is in for Lexi Ramler. It is a 9.9375, exactly what Minnesota needed.
It makes me feel good that we were right about that 9-9.
Super difficult double wolf turn to start this routine. Ashley, talk us through this one. This is an exciting moment for Serena.
It really is. This is her only opportunity, qualified as a specialist on this event. That was a veteran move right there. She was just a little off, but kept the momentum going and did not give anything away on that triple flight series. Switch leap, split jump, very nice, very clean. She hits the amplitude, gets the position, so no deductions that I can see there from the judges. And I'm always impressed at the athletes that can do those dang wolf turns on the beam, on the floor.
I mean, seriously.
So difficult. And again, finds that side aerial, back layout, full dismount. So good showing for her on her special event.
So exciting. Oh, I love that. Great job for Serena Linton, the individual from Arizona. What a way to cap off that rotation. So we will await her score, but we can tell you that Minnesota only notched a 48.975 on balance beam, which is not the score they were looking for.
Very tough in this field of teams. Teams of red is what we determined,
Teams
right?
of red.
There's
It is
red
the red
everywhere
competition.
here.
We will wait for the score for Serena Linton and let you know when we return for rotation 2, but keep your eyes on this space as the next team to pop over is Alabama. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Balance Beam feed, the Balance Beam stream at NCAA Championships for Gymnastics. I am Olivia Karras. I'm going to take you through every single Balance Beam routine of the day. And next up on beam is the University of Alabama, led off by the great junior from Ponte Verde Beach, Florida, Ella Burgess. And you are in for a treat on this balance beam routine. Excellent full turn. Difficult series here. It's a one-arm back handspring to a layout step out. Fantastic job working through. Ella has a career high and a season high of a 9.95 that she set at the regional final. Gorgeous leap series there, a cat leap into a switch side. And nice switch leap into beat jump. Just the dismount for Ella to cap off a fantastic routine. And that is a stuck landing, beautiful leadoff performance. Dana Duckworth, head coach, loves it. Ella has been an absolute rock star for the Crimson Tide this entire season, and that right there was a carbon copy of what we have seen this entire year. Want to take a quick moment and update you on Serena Linton's score. She received a 9.9125 in her sole event at this championship. Bravo to Serena, and congratulations on a spectacular season. Alabama has been lights out this year on balance beam. Their season high is a 49.65 when they competed at Auburn. At regionals, they received a 49.625. So very consistent, calm, cool, and collected. And so far with Ella Burgess, we are seeing just that. Next competitor on balance beam is Shalyn Olsen. She is a senior from Vancouver, Canada. Represented Team Canada in this past Olympic Games. She has really found her stride on balance beam this season, notching a season and career high of a 9.95. Shallon starts off with a very difficult switch leap to switch half combination, beautifully executed. Big test here, a back handspring layout step out series. Oh no. Definitely off there on her layout step out, had to take a step backward and swing her arms, which will be a sizable deduction, unfortunately. Front walkover element. Gymnasts are required to move forwards or sideways and backwards, so that was Shallon's way of fulfilling that requirement. And just the dismount, it's really difficult. 2 back handsprings to a double pike, under rotated, which means she had to hop forward. Unfortunately, definitely a shakier routine from Shallon than we've seen in the past, but as a reminder, 6 athletes compete, 5 scores count. So her routine may not even matter ultimately. Quick score update you see on the right of your screen. Ella Burgess notched a 9.8875, very well done. Next up on balance beam is Lexi Graber. She is a 5th-year senior from Cape Coral, Florida. She has been fantastic this season on balance beam. Her career and season high is a 9.95. She received a 9.85 at the regional final. But don't let that fool you. She is the SEC beam champion in both 2019 and 2021. 2-time SEC beam champion. Very high praise in the gymnastics world. So you know she can get it done when they need her to. Just waiting on the judges to give Lexi the go-ahead. And it looks like she is ready to go. Nice full turn. Lexi opens up with a difficult back handspring to back pike. Flawless, beautiful work. Right on top of the bar, the beam, excuse me. Big leap combination, switch leap into split 3/4. So much difficulty happening in that leap combination, and Lexi made it look extremely easy. Beautiful concluding combination here. Lexi performs a cat leap into a front toss, works through that a bit, landing in a scale position right into her gainer full dismount, to a stuck landing. Beautiful beam routine from the 5th-year senior. So lovely seeing her hit in a moment where they really needed her to do so. Update on scoring. Shallon Olsen only notched a 9.725. That is definitely the score they are looking to drop. competitor is Shania Adams. She is a sophomore from Columbus, Ohio. Shania has one of the most technically clean and beautiful balance beam routines in the entire NCAA. Her technique is excellent. Her precision to detail is exactly what any coach is looking for. She has a career and season high of a 9.95 and notched that score at the regional final as well. So very consistent this season on the event, and they definitely could use that right here. Beautiful front aerial to begin her routine. Series here, back handspring, layout, step out. Off a little bit on the layout, step out, but veteran move, making sure she didn't wobble, just had to bring her core back to center on top of the beam. Extremely difficult double warp turn, so well done. Her chest was in the perfect position over the balance beam. Her leap combination is a switch leap to a split jump, gorgeous extension, hitting that 180-degree split position perfectly. And just the dismount for Shania. It's a back handspring, 1.5 twist. Gorgeous job. Carbon copy of what she's done all season, and big congratulations from Dana Duckworth for a job well done. Quick scoring update, Lexi Graber received a 9.875 for her balance beam routine. And welcome back to the beam feed from the vault stream, the great Alabama gymnast Ashley Miles-Grieg. Welcome back to Balance Beam.
Thank you, Olivia. Some good stuff going on over there on the vault.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I got to watch the highest score so far tonight over on the vault. So,
well, look at that.
So let's see what we got. How's Alabama looking on beam?
So far, so good. Ella Burgess was lights out as usual in the leadoff position. Shallon Olsen a little shaky, but Lexi Graber definitely brought it back. And Shania Adams was flawless. So we are looking at some great balance beam work and finishing it off with two of the best beam workers in the country. And the next one is freshman Lily Hudson from Fleming Island, Florida.
She's such a great competitor. Like, she's got that fire and she wants it. She's real aggressive.
And it's paid off. She has a career and season high of a 9.95. So definitely being rewarded for her excellent balance beam work. Big test here, triple series, back front aerial to back handspring layout, step out, flawless.
So what did you think about that connection? Do you think it flowed?
That's a great question. I do think it was a little questionable.
Slight break, slight pause.
Slight pause. The gymnast is supposed to continue moving to get perfect connection, and although she did move, it was a little slow, so the judges could take a deduction there. They should take a deduction there. Switch leap to beat jump for Lily.
Wow. Good side aerial.
Good side aerial. She was a little bit off, but she did a nice job of not overreacting and overcorrecting. She wants a stick here, Ashley. Oh, no. Oh.
That is, she was going for it, I think, too much.
She was going for it. Definitely couldn't get her shoulders over her knees, which is what she needed to do in order to get that perfect stuck landing, and not the finish to that balance beam routine that they wanted.
You can see just in her reaction as well that she knew that that was a good routine until the end there.
Definitely. But again, as a reminder, we mentioned it at the beginning of the rotation, that 6 routines, 6 gymnasts, 5 scores count. So ultimately, that routine will be the one they want to drop, but unfortunately, they will have to count the 9.725 from Sheldon Olsen.
Yeah, and in this forum with these teams, you have to be on. You don't have to be perfect, but you have to give yourself an opportunity.
So Ashley, let's talk about Luisa Blanco. She is the anchor performer on balance beam. She's had some difficulty the last couple weeks nursing an ankle injury, but she is one of the best with a career high perfect 10, season high 9975. What are we going to expect from this?
I expect Luisa to get up here and drill this routine. I mean, she really has that experience. She's got that confidence. Even with her coming back and nursing that ankle, this is an event that she is so strong on, so I'm expecting her to hit.
And I would say that you are spot on, considering she is the reigning NCAA beam champion.
There's that too.
There's that too. Just a small accolade for the great Luisa Blanco. But here we go, Ashley. Take us through this one, because this is going to be a wild ride.
Yeah, very confident on this event. Her artistry is just beautiful. You see those athletes just with the great lines. Like, Luisa's got all that. Nice front aerial there. So comfortable, so confident. Here's that required full turn that gives so many people so many problems so often.
You are spot on.
It looks easy, folks, but I'm telling you, in that moment, it can get you. She usually does a triple flight series, and she does it here. Back handspring, layout, layout. Veteran move, a little off. She had an arm swing kind of around to the right. The judges may or may not take something for that.
And she was off on that skill all day yesterday, so seeing her hit that today is great.
There's that flexibility, just displaying that artistry. And she'll just have the dismount left, and of course this is where one switch leap beat jump, and on the dismount is where she had that incident where she injured her ankle at SEC's.
And they did change the dismount from a very difficult double twist to a side aerial full. Great decision by Luisa and the coaching staff.
For sure, to save her body and just make her a little bit more confident. As you see there, no issue, just a hop. Didn't get the stuck landing, but she fought for that in that anchor position. That's what you want to see.
Absolutely, couldn't agree more, Ashley. Very nice job by Luisa Blanco. And that will conclude Alabama's beam rotation. We do have an individual competing on this event. Is the fireball superstar freshman from Michigan State, Skyla Schulte. One of my favorite athletes from this season. She is such a joy to watch.
Yeah, so fun, just energetic, so talented, and deserves to be here. I hope she can get it done.
She is the 2022 Big Ten Freshman of the Year, career and season high 9.95, and notched a 9.925 at the regional final. Very consistent and just a freshman.
Yeah, so it's always fun when you get those freshmen that have so much success in that first year, knowing that they're only going to get better, and we're going to keep seeing them year after year after year, barring they can stay healthy.
Absolutely. So just a quick scoring update here. Only a 9.6 for Lily Hudson, but definitely Luisa Blanco's score, when we receive it, will be the one they count, and they will drop Lily Hudson's.
Yeah, they're going to have to get after it for sure to stay in this thing. Those small tenths add up.
And we were right, 9.9375 for Luisa Blanco. Very nice job capping off that shaky beam rotation for Alabama.
And one of the things that I think is always fun that you see is whatever team these individual competitors are competing with, those teams are engaged, they're cheering for that athlete. They almost adopt them and make them part of the team. So it's just that sportsmanship is really fun to see. Nice, difficult combination there. Switch leap, switch leap half. Tongue twister.
Tongue twister for sure.
That handspring layout, a little adjustment in the legs to stay square and stay on, but very subtle.
Looking like a veteran to me. I see
Yes.
no freshman nerves from Skyla Schulte.
Not at all, she's getting after it. Side aerial, back full, very popular dismount, and she does get the landing.
Beautiful job.
Good routine for her. And I have to say, I love those leotards.
I do too.
It's gorgeous.
They are beautiful. Oh gosh.
That green.
And
yeah.
a big, quick shout out to the entire Michigan State team, athletics. Big shout out to Mike Rowe and his coaching staff, Whitney Snowden and Nicole Curler. I mean, they have taken that program from a difficult season last year to making the regional final and being a big contender
Very
this
much
year.
in the mix. I think we'll continue to see that. I can't wait to see that team years to come.
Me too. I'm a big fan of theirs. So thank you for being with us for rotation 2 of balance beam at the NCAA championships, and we will be right back for rotation 3. So stay with us. Welcome back to Balance Beam at the NCAA Gymnastics Championships. I am Olivia Karras here to give you the insight of all things balance beam at this championship. And next up on beam is the great Oklahoma Sooners, led off by junior Jenna Dunn from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. She has been lights out this season as the leadoff performer on balance beam. Career and season high of a 9.925, and she has definitely lived up to the hype of being a beam leadoff. Super difficult triple series, 2 back handsprings into a layout step out, no problem at all. Split jump into straddle half as her leap combination. Her required full turn. I like to equate the full turn as the free throw of NCAA gymnastics. Doesn't look difficult, but definitely is tricky. And just the dismounted gainer full, oh gosh, very low chest position. She was holding on to the landing. Although her feet did not move, her chest going forward is definitely going to be a deduction, and the judges will have to take off for that. Reminder that 6 athletes compete on each event. Top 5 scores count, so if there is a routine that doesn't go the way the gymnast might have wanted or planned, it will be dropped, and the 5 scores will count toward the team title. This is session 1 of NCAA gymnastics. Session 2 is on at 6 Eastern on ESPN2. And you can listen to us on the stream team for all things, all 4 events, to the remainder of today, this evening, and on Saturday for the championship. Next balance beam competitor is Olivia Troutman. She is a senior from Champlin, Minnesota. Already announced that she will be taking her 5th year. Excited to see her again representing the Sooners next season. Olivia has a career high of a 9.95, actually set at the regional final this season. She's been battling some injuries here and there and just now getting back into competition mode. So it's an absolute treat to have her back on balance beam. Scoring update for you, Jenna Dunn, only a 9.7875. The judges definitely took a sizable deduction on her landing there. But Oklahoma is a beam team that can bring it back, that's for sure. opening skill for Olivia, required full turn. Big test here, back handspring layout, step out series. Rock solid. Cat leap to switch side, beautiful extension in the straddle position in the air. Front toss in pike position, so difficult, and Olivia makes it look extremely easy. And just the dismount left for Olivia Troutman. Round off 1.5 twist to a stuck landing. She did salute a little quickly up on her toes, so the judges may take a very slight lack of control deduction, but really nicely done in that routine. Definitely a score they're going to want to count after Jenna Dunn's sub 9.8 routine. Time to talk about a breakout athlete this season. Catherine Levasseur, the sophomore from San Antonio, Texas, has really come into her own this season. She broke into the beam lineup about halfway through the year and notched a 9.975, near perfect routine, and has been so solid for the Sooners on this event and across the board this entire season. KJ Kindler, the legendary Oklahoma head coach, giving her some last-minute words of wisdom, walking her through that balance beam routine. KJ is known for her impeccable coaching on balance beam and floor exercise, such unique choreography that matches the athletes perfectly. And Kat is ready to go for her balance beam routine at the NCAA Championships. Scoring update, a 9.9125 for Olivia Troutman. That is exactly what Oklahoma was looking for. Series here, a back handspring layout, step out, beautiful control. Knew exactly where she was putting her feet. Very tight in her body position. Switch leap to straddle quarter, very nice extension there. Her single acro element, a front aerial to a beat jump, very well done. Showing off some flexibility there, very nice. Kat looks so calm up on balance beam, so difficult to be mentally prepared to do so. And just the dismount here, back handspring to a massive gainer full to a stuck landing. That was one of the best routines I've seen Kat Levasseur do. And the Oklahoma fans in the arena are going crazy. They know that's exactly what Oklahoma needed to keep the momentum going. Big hugs for Kat from the entire team. Next competitor on balance beam is Audrey Davis. She is a sophomore from Frisco, Texas. Very talented athlete who came onto the scene last year as a freshman and absolutely rocked her freshman season, is only getting better this year. talk about how consistent Audrey Davis has been. She has not scored below a 9.825 all season and has a career and season high of a 9.95. Gorgeous mount sequence from Audrey, showcasing such unique talent and beautiful flexibility. Score is in for Kat Levasseur, a 9.9, so back-to-back 9.9s for the Sooners on balance beam. Gearing up for her series, a back handspring, layout, step out. Gorgeous control. Cat leap into a textbook perfect front aerial. Difficult jump combination here, a beat jump into a split ring. Same jump combination we saw from Lexi Gramler earlier in this competition. So far, so good. Just the dismount here. It's a round off double twist, very difficult. Oh, slightest hop backward, but such a great job by the sophomore Audrey Davis. Beautiful work on balance beam this entire season. And welcome back to Ashley Miles-Greig. Welcome back.
Thank you. Glad to be back. Is Oklahoma tearing it up over here on beam like they always do?
You guessed it. Little bit of a shaky start from Jenna Dunn. Beautiful routine on the balance beam and landed her dismount and just threw her chest down a little too much. Sub 9.8 routine, but since then, Troutman, Levasseur, and Davis have been lights out.
Awesome.
Did you expect anything else?
I really didn't. They are so good on this event. And just as a team, their energy is just like, I got this. You know, they're so aggressive. They get out there and they get after it.
Absolutely. And one of my favorite things about their balance beam work is it's very unique. The choreography is unique. A lot of the skills they do are just different from what we see normally. Connections are different, so it's nice to have something new to watch.
Yes, and especially I think plays well into the scoring aspect of it.
Absolutely.
To not have just the same kind of feel throughout the entire lineup.
Totally. So the next balance beam competitor is fifth-year senior Carly Woodard. She is from Overland Park, Kansas. And talk about someone truly coming into their own in their final season. She notched her first ever perfect 10 on balance beam this season, scored a 9.95 at the regional final, and this routine is a total treat.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. There's a little false salute there. It looks like the judges may have said, "No, we're not ready yet. Wait a second."
Yet. So a 9.8625 for Audrey Davis. Very well done. And finally, Carly Woodard received the green light to go ahead.
I really like the way that she mounts the beam. It's very unique and different, kind of like what you talked about. And as a fifth-year senior, just all that experience, you cannot be thankful enough to have that in this type of position.
Absolutely. You want someone who knows this environment like the back of their hand, and that's exactly what Carly Woodard knows.
Kind of unbelievable. Her career is so storied that it took her fifth year to get that perfect 10 on this event. Very difficult flight serials, side aerial, back handspring, step out.
A much more popular series, I feel, this year than in the past.
Agreed. You see that so much, and I find it's difficult to stay square. But they do it.
And they do it well.
Good position on those leaps.
Beautiful. So far, Ashley, I've seen nothing wrong with this routine.
I'm going to have to agree with you there.
Just the dismount left, but Carly Woodard has really put on a show here on balance beam, and look at that.
Got the landing.
My goodness.
Okay, she's pumped.
She is hyped up. She should be. I mean, that was fantastic. Big hug from KJ Kindler. KJ knows they needed that big time.
Yeah, Oklahoma doing what they do best, pulled ahead at the halfway point coming into this rotation, and they tend to be one of those teams that kind of puts their foot on the gas and then they don't let up.
Totally. They're the type of team that when the brake comes off, it is all gas, no brakes, and they can really contain that energy and that focus as well, which is extremely impressive. So your final balance beam performer is Reagan Smith, the junior from Louisville, Texas. A very storied elite career, so many of you are probably familiar with all of her accolades, but she has been the rock of this Oklahoma team, specifically on balance beam. Career high, season high, perfect 10, regional final, received a 9.975.
And she's like textbook beamer. Definition of a beamer, Reagan Smith.
Totally textbook beamer. We should get shirts made.
I think that's a good idea.
See KJ Kindler walking her through this routine as Carly Woodard's score comes in. It's a 9.9125.
That's big.
Big time, what they needed.
2 9.9s in the same rotation. That's great.
Reagan Smith gearing up for her beam routine.
And she's another beam worker that she really gets after it out there. She's very aggressive, lots of different beam styles. Some people are fluid and smooth, but she's, you know, attacks every single movement.
She does, and I think that's what makes her such a powerful beam worker. She's up on the balance beam. She doesn't hold back, but she's very calm as well.
That handspring layout, flawless.
Beautiful.
I think they engineered that clap into the choreography, so she's clapping for herself after that series.
She should, that's for sure.
Nice front aerial.
Really unique series here.
Wow.
Oh, so beautiful. Straddle half into a splashdown. Both skills individually are so hard.
I love
and then
the
she
splash
does it
down.
together, splash down.
There you go. That's the new term for me for
The
it.
new
Splash
term,
down.
splash
It's not a
down?
backhand swing down. It's a splash down.
Yeah, I don't know if I just created something or said it wrong,
I think
but it's
you
a splash
did.
down.
I love it. I love it.
Just the dismount. My goodness.
There you go.
That is definitely a routine that is going to vie for the balance beam title. That's for sure.
I agree. We might have seen the new top score tonight.
Absolutely. My gosh, that was good.
Or I should say that may carry over into the tonight's session because we've got one more later.
Yes, we do. Lots of gymnastics on ESPN today, so make sure you are sticking around and following the stream team for all things each individual event, and of course catching the full broadcast on ESPN too. So Oklahoma's done
Oklahoma's
on beam.
done.
So Oklahoma is done. They're in the lead in this competition with a 148.3, and that's without Reagan Smith's
Wow.
score. So they are definitely going to take the lead, more so than they already are as we wait for Reagan Smith's score. But let's talk about Jade Carey. I don't know how many words we have, how much time we have.
Phenomenal freshman, Olympic champion, flawless. Gymnastics has transferred amazingly to college.
Jade Carey is a freshman from Phoenix, Arizona, competes for Oregon State University. Of course, as Ashley said, you know her as the reigning gold medalist on floor exercise from this past Olympics, but floor's not only her jam. She can do it all, and she's here competing as an individual in the all-around. Specifically on balance beam, she has a career high of a 9.975, near perfect on this event.
Yeah. And she is ranked, no surprise, #1 in the all-around coming into this as well. So definitely a favorite. Doesn't have her team here, but so fun to see her in the rotation with such a strong Oklahoma team as well.
Scoring update for you, Reagan Smith with a 9.925, just shy of the top beam score of the day, which Lexi Ramler and Luisa Blanco hold at a 9.9375.
Wow.
This is close.
Tenths, just quarters of tenths. And Jade, she looked like she warmed up very well, and her touch went well as well.
Yes, everything looked good, a little off there. She was supposed to connect that front aerial into this back handspring layout step out. But no problems there on the series.
Very nice. Different style from what we just saw, like we talked about from Reagan Smith, who is very aggressive, attacks everything. Jade, she's just smooth. She kind of works through everything. They might take a little bit of the connection on that too, a little bit of a pause.
A little bit of a pause. She did a nice job hitting those 180-degree split positions, but definitely a slight little break there. But a nice cap off on the routine, a gainer full.
And she can probably do just about any other dismount out there, but just keeping it simple, keeping it clean. Good job for Jade.
That's right. Well, that caps off rotation 3 of balance beam. Nice job to Oklahoma and Jade Carey. Stay tuned for the final rotation as the Utes, the #1 team, head to balance beam. Welcome back, everyone, to the final rotation of semifinal 1 of the NCAA Gymnastics Championships. I'm Olivia Karras, here to bring you all things balance beam in this competition. And you can't talk balance beam in 2022 NCAA without talking about Utah. They have been off the charts fantastics this season. Season high and regional final team total of a 49.725. Unbelievable rotation following a fall earlier in the rotation. Kara Eaker and Miley O'Keefe go back-to-back perfect 10s. So you are in for a fantastic treat as freshman Amelie Morgan from Bristol, England, mounts the balance beam and gets things started for the Utes. Triple series to open it up, back handspring, layout step out, absolutely rock solid. Switch leap to split jump, beautiful extension in both the leap and the jump. Amelie has lovely flexibility that is showcased throughout this entire routine. There is the famous U, the Utah U. All athletes on balance beam will put the U up in their routine. Beat jump into side aerial, layout full to a stuck landing. Utah has come to play. They've been so spectacular this entire season, and Amelie Morgan has been the beginning and key factor of that excellence on balance beam. Now let's go back to the regional final a few weeks ago. We see here on your right of the screen the lineup. Grace McCallum, of course, the 2020 Olympian, and number 3, Abby Paulson, were not in the beam lineup when the Utes competed in Seattle. Grace was having some trouble on balance beam, a little shaky, and was taken out of the lineup. Abby Paulson was nursing an injury, and so they just decided that both athletes needed to take a step away from balance beam. Well, they're back now. Grace McCallum is competing on balance beam in this number 2 spot. Abby Paulson will be in the number 3 spot. So lovely having them back in this rotation, specifically considering their track records on the event. They've been so good this year and their entire careers as athletes. Grace McCallum, the freshman from Isanti, Minnesota, coming off of competing for Team USA in Tokyo. Difficult candlestick mount as Grace begins her routine. Double wolf turn here. Beautifully done. She had some trouble in the warm-up period earlier today, but not right there. Here's where she had some issues in the past. Back handspring layout, step out. Small adjustment, a little bit of a body position adjustment, but really great job minimizing that movement. Switch leap to stag leap jump. Quick scoring update. Amelie Morgan notched a 9.9 to start off this amazing Utah rotation, and there is a stuck landing for Grace McCallum. Great job doing exactly what she needed to do for the Utes to help them advance to Saturday's national championship. The next balance beam competitor will be Abby Paulson, the junior from Anoka, Minnesota. Abby Paulson has a career high perfect 10, as well as a 9.975 season high. As I mentioned before, she did not compete at the regional final. So it's lovely seeing her back in this lineup, specifically with the amount of difficulty and precision she brings to balance beam. Her NQS, her average for the season, was a 9.935. So difficult to stay that consistent all season, specifically on balance beam. Scoring update for Grace McCallum. She received a 9.8875, as you see there on your screen. Very nice showing for the freshman superstar. Difficult series here. Side aerial to a back layout. So many moving pieces there. She does such a great job working through that. Beautiful switch leap to split jump. Excellent extension. Acquired full turn element, very nicely done. Just the dismount for Abby. She does a beat jump into a side aerial, layout full, and that is a perfectly stuck landing for Abby Paulson. Welcome back to the prestigious Utah beam lineup. What a fabulous routine. Lots of high fives and hugs for Abby Paulson. Did a great job. Next up on balance beam, senior Crystal Issa from Henderson, Nevada. Crystal Issa received her first ever perfect 10 this season as a senior. She notched a 9.975 at the regional final to help the Utes punch their ticket right here to Fort Worth for the national championship. Crystal is the most lovely balance beam performer. She's so calm and smiley. You can just see the excitement and love for the sport come through in everything she does. Excellent control on that candlestick mount. Really difficult here. Triple series, back handspring, layout, step out, layout, step out. Ooh, off there on that second layout. Did a nice job of working through it to minimize the deduction. Beat jump to straddle quarter. Nice job hitting that straddle position. Little bobble there on her dance. She looks like she needs to calm down a little bit in this routine. Back handspring to gain her full. Stuck the landing, but went up on her toes a little bit there. Showed a slight lack of control. She was off a little bit everywhere in that routine. Nothing major. She maintained as much control as possible on that triple, very difficult triple series. Definitely shakier than we've seen Crystal Issa in the past, but with the scores that Utah has had so far, her score may be the one that they drop pending what the 1-2 fantastic punch of Kara Aker and Miley O'Keefe do at the end of this lineup. And next up is Kara Aker. She is a freshman from Grain Valley, Missouri. It is so lovely having her back in this beam lineup. And speaking of welcoming back, welcome back, Ashley.
Thank you.
Ashley Miles-Grieg is back on balance beam following vault. How'd vault go?
Vault was a little unfortunate for Alabama.
Okay.
It was very close. I don't think they got the job done, and I feel like they kind of know it. But how is the #1 team in the country on beam doing?
The #1 team in the country is doing really well on balance beam. So far, fantastic scores from the beginning all the way to Abby Paulson, who just tied Lexi Ramler and Luisa Blanco for the top score on balance beam so far with a 9.9375.
Yeah, #1 ranked team. You kind of figure that the national champion could probably come from someone in this lineup.
Definitely, and here is Kara Aker. Perfect 10 at the Seattle Regional when they needed it most. Ashley, take us through this routine.
So far she seems to be, moving along. She did that required full turn. She got it out of the way early and has been solid. And she is a combination beam worker. She really takes her time moving from skill to skill. Side aerial, back layout, wow. So difficult to do. That combination just gets me every time. Like you said, it's become a lot more popular this year. Switch leap to a splash. It's not the back handspring swing down, it's a splash. I had to think about it.
You did have to think about it.
Automatically, the splash. That's a thing, guys. It's a thing now.
I guess it is a thing.
Utah seems to be a team, as I'm looking, that they're so comfortable on this event and in this position, and you don't get to that #1 ranking, being uncomfortable. Just the dismount, side aerial, tuck full, nails the landing, and I feel like that's going to be another big score.
It absolutely should be. With the score to beat right now being a 9.9375, there's no doubt in my mind that will either match that or beat it, considering the amount of control and difficulty we just saw.
Yeah, so Utah getting into that second position and really taking control and putting their foot on the gas a little bit.
They're definitely putting their foot on the gas, and that's hard to do on balance beam. Normally people become a little timid on balance beam, a little more afraid and cautious, but Utah does the exact opposite, and it pays off beautifully as we're seeing so far.
Yeah.
So a 9.875 for Crystal Issa. We mentioned that there were just little things all across the board on that routine, but little enough that they didn't garner big, large deductions. But with the number that comes up for Kara Eaker, Miley O'Keefe can just go out there and be Miley O'Keefe. She doesn't have to worry about making up for a fall. She doesn't have to worry about anything right now, but just to enjoy balance beam, do balance beam, and have fun.
Yeah. And for everybody else in this competition, that's kind of dangerous for her to be able to go out there just free, no worries, no pressure. They are solidly in this thing at this point.
They are absolutely solidly in this. We cannot confirm that they're a lock yet, but they are definitely en route to B1, and looking forward to see what the judges give Kara Eaker for that Smithsonian-worthy beam routine. I mean, it was just gorgeous. And there it is, a 9.9375, exactly what we were just talking about, Ashley. She matched that coveted score that is so far the #1 score.
And because of the format with the 6 judges where they drop the high and the low and average the 4 middle, that's tough to do. That truly shows how good they are on this event to have that many break that 9-9 threshold.
Absolutely, and here is the great Miley O'Keefe chasing that score and maybe even more.
And I kind of just want to sit here on this one and enjoy.
I'm right there with you. Oh. Nice job minimizing.
Very veteran move there.
Very veteran move.
I like that combination.
I do too. Gorgeous position in her leaps.
And she starts a little bit more towards the middle of the beam, so you kind of get nervous that she might go off the end.
That's right. Pristine full turn,
no
finishing
problem.
on high toe.
No problem for her at all.
And just the dismount for Miley O'Keefe. Side aerial full. I mean,
clockwork.
Definitely not the perfect routine we've seen her do in the past, but she made it so that the routine and any deductions within the routine were minimized as much as possible.
I agree, and when it comes down to it, every routine, even though they have that one fall that they can give or one big mistake, every routine really does count, because if you end up in a situation where there's a tie, guess what? They kind of have to come back to that routine. It could happen.
It could happen, and I don't know what they're going to do with that. I don't know what's going to happen here, but there has definitely been a lot of spectacular balance beam work today, and I feel like so far the gymnasts who are sitting on the top of the balance beam podium are ones we have been talking about all season,
right? Who
are just spectacular on the event.
They've stepped up when it counted
Definitely.
and give themselves an opportunity and their teams an opportunity as well.
So the final balance beam competitor of semifinal 1 is Arkansas's Kennedy Hambrick. She's a senior from Pearland, Texas. She is competing as an all-around individual representing the University of Arkansas. She has a season and career high of a 9.975. So another athlete with near perfection coming into this balance beam rotation. And I think she was paired perfectly with Utah for that reason.
I agree. Not only is she another red team, but maybe she'll feed off some of that energy as well.
Exactly.
That 9-9 plus energy.
And we can confirm a 9.9375 for Miley O'Keefe. So she joins the prestigious first place on balance beam to this point.
That's the top score of the night.
That's the top score of the night.
Nice flight series, very floaty. She doesn't really get like a big split. It's a little different the way she executed that. But
totally.
I like it.
Gorgeous leap combination. She looks so calm.
Yes. Beat jump, straddle, 3/4.
Beautiful.
Always difficult when you're landing sideways on the balance beam.
And although she is not a part of a team competing here, Kennedy Hambrick is one of the best athletes on balance beam, one of the best athletes in NCAA this year. Big dismount. Oh my gosh.
Another landing. She caught the bug.
She caught the bug. Jordan Weaver, of course, the wonderful and amazing Jordan Weaver as her head coach. Such an exciting moment for her, and my gosh, that Utah beam lineup was fantastic.
It was amazing. Maybe probably one of the best events that we'll see tonight.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining us for semifinal 1 on balance beam. We will see you at 6 o'clock Eastern for semifinal 2.